Hey everyone, it's Mr. Fleece here, and today I want to talk to you about Project 1 for high school drawing. Today I'm going to kind of go over the project with you and explain all of the details so that way you can get started on your piece. We've been studying our basic shapes and forms with our first exercise where we took those basic shapes and turned them into basic forms. We've been studying our drawing poses, studying the human figure, where we drew our wooden drawing figure in different poses to capture the light, and we've been practicing our shading. Now we're going to combine all of those skills together into this project. This is our assessment. This shows me that you're able to understand and grasp what we have been studying in class so far. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a moment to read over Project 1's directions, and they look like this, and you can access those in the Canvas classroom. The objectives here is to demonstrate an understanding of shading with an ebony pencil and illustrating basic forms and figures accurately. The second objective is to artistically interpret and complete a finished piece of artwork to the best of the artist's ability. So I'm asking you to add complexity, creativity, and imagination to your piece. The materials you will need is an 18 by 24 drawing paper, which is going to be our biggest sheet of drawing paper. Let me show you. So it's going to be a great big sheet of drawing paper. Whoa, that's a big piece. We're going to use our blending tools, our drawing pencils, specifically our ebony drawing pencil. We'll use an eraser, and we may need rulers. The criteria. Now this is the important stuff. This is what your project has to have in order to meet the criteria and get a good grade. In order to meet the criteria, you must design and complete a work of art using basic forms, which we've studied at the beginning during our first exercise, and the basic drawing figures. Use a minimum of 6 forms. Examples: pyramid, cone, cube, sphere. All of those are examples of basic forms. Then I want you to use 3 drawing figures or 3 human figures. They can be the wooden drawing figure, they can be realistic, they can be cartoon. That is up to you as the artist to decide, as long as there's 3 human figures in your artwork in some way. The basic forms and figures can be complex, realistic, imaginative, or creative. An example of turning basic forms into complex forms is right here. So if you take a look, an example of a basic form sphere. This is a sphere and it's in its basic form. When I turn it into an object like this planet Earth, the globe, I've now added complexity, detail, and design to that sphere, and this becomes a complex basic form. So I'm challenging you to add complexity to your basic forms. When you're adding the drawing figures, I want you to put a really large figure, one that extends off the page, like the example behind me. You can see in the example, the head of the drawing figure is much larger and extends off of the page. Then I'm going to ask you to have a medium figure, which you'll notice is the one that's upside down towards the top. And lastly, you're going to have some small figure. There's several small humanoid figures here in this corner next to the big piece. And then I'm going to ask you to overlap your forms in at least 2 places, which is really easy to do. Take a look at the example. See the sphere that's on top of the drawing figure's head where the eye is? That sphere is overlapping the head of the drawing figure. That would be an example. If you look to the shapes over here on the right hand side, you'll notice that that cone is in front of the cube and the cube is in front of the sphere. Those are all examples of overlapping shapes and forms. I want you to shade the project entirely using your ebony pencil. Notice how even the lightest colors, the background, is still softly shaded with our blending tool using our ebony pencil. And I want you to include the background. Students, this is really important because a lot of time it's easy to say, I'm going to pick something more simplistic like the second example. Yes, it meets the criteria. There are basic forms represented there. There are 3 figures there, and there's not a lot of detail. This one looks more complex. This one looks more easy to accomplish. But I will tell you, when the artist started shading the background of that piece with less subject matter, that shading took more effort, more time, and more focus than creating more complex drawing by adding in all of those other details, because the shading is a real time-consuming part of being an artist, especially with pencil. So I challenge you to add more subject matter to your drawing drawing, so that way you're not shading giant spaces. You can choose to do that, and that is your choice to make. But I recommend that you put more subject matter in so you have more to shade, filling that space, making it a little bit more interesting as you work. I also challenge students to choose things that they really want to draw. Pick items, pick a theme that is going to make your drawing assignment interesting to you. If you just draw something because it's easy, like just draw spheres and wooden drawing figures, does that mean anything to you? Probably not, and then you're stuck doing something you really don't like for a long time. Choose subject matter that really interests you, and you will be more motivated to work on it and do it to the best of your ability. Good luck on your drawings. Remember, if you need help or have questions, you can always email me. I'm here to help you. So good luck on your drawing project. I can't wait to see what you create. Send me pictures along the way and I can guide you. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.